Hey, Sprout Your Vision. Hello, beautiful women. I felt really called to make a video about heart-centered living. It's really kind of the way I've been living for several years now. And I've made very clear decisions to be able to live my life in the way that I do, which is very heart centered. And while it's not very structured at times, it does feel very aligned most of the time. And the reason why it's so important to live in a heart centered way is because this is our soul's calling just coming into this world. It's coming into its greatest expression, and it's up to us to do it right now. We've been living in this very, thinking, very heady way of living for a long time now. And we've been living in a very masculine, very structured, very go, go, go way for a long time now. And that has been something that was created by men, of course, who don't live in the ebb and flow, the cycles, and with the hormones that women do. And so it's really our time to reclaim our power and reclaim our lives, reclaim control over our lives. And oh my gosh, my kid was just drawing on me with a crayon, like digging it into my skin. So, as you can see in the world right now, it seems like it's falling apart. And there are a lot of things aligning in the stars right now. This August is a very powerful month because there's two super full moons. There was the Lionsgate portal and some other things happening. I'm not an expert, but I just know that it's a very powerful month, and a lot of things are happening around the world that seem like old structures are breaking down. And it also seems like certain powers that be are attempting to create a new world. I'm not even going to say the words, but you know what I'm talking about. And this is either giving us a framework to be sheep and follow along and then be prisoners of their future, or it's giving us the opportunity to rise up as a collective and create a new earth. And that is going to take a lot of work, a lot of collaboration, a lot of planning, a lot of breaking down of old structures and old ways of living, and a lot of living from the heart. Living from the heart versus living from the head. Like in our head, we're probably thinking we still have to do all of the things that we've been doing. We still have to go to the 9 to 5. We still have to do exactly everything that we've been doing for decades now, and it hasn't been working, but we're doing it anyway, and we don't really know why. We still, in our heads, we're thinking that way. But maybe in your heart, you're feeling like there's something new that's blossoming, that's sprouting. And so I'd love to know in the comments, if you're watching now or if you're watching the replay, if you've been feeling any calling in your heart, if you've been feeling what I'm talking about, like kind of the shifting in reality, jumping from 3D to 5D. And if you've been feeling that at all, what is this new earth vision that you have? Because I would love to hear, what your true heart is telling you. And I think that more often than not, from the conversations I've been having lately and the things that I've been seeing on social media and in certain communities, I think more often than not, we have similar visions. We have these similar dreams, and there's so many things in the way. There's so many blockages in the way of these things coming to fruition, because that's the way it's been designed. It's been designed for the whole society has been designed for us to be distracted from our truth and from our potential and from our hearts, from our true soul's desires. And so I'd love to hear what your ideas, if you have any, of New Earth would look like to you. And if you don't know, if you're not sure what your new earth would look like, or if you're not really sure what heart-centered living would look like for you, that's okay. It doesn't need to be super clear. I don't think that it's ever really super clear. It's really just, you're most likely going to get the first step, and the rest will unfold as you begin walking down the path. That is when the path starts to reveal itself. So you don't have to know what the whole picture looks like. Just taking that one step, whatever it is, whatever your heart feels like it's leading you to do, that is probably likely the first step to be taken. And so for me lately, it has been looking at land, and I know that's not super accessible for everybody. And but when we look at this in a communal way and a heart-centered way, it can become very real. And so we just need to continue having these conversations regularly, every single day. There's days where I don't dream. There's days where I shut off these ideas. There's days where I don't journal about these things, where I don't discuss these things. And that's not what we need to be doing. We need to be thinking about these new ways of living every single day, because that's what those powers that be are doing. They're having conferences, huge conferences, like very often. They're planning, they are strategizing worldwide too, and they're doing it very, very often. So we need to be doing the same thing. If we're going to rise up and take back the power into our hands, then we need to be doing the same thing, and very regularly. So I just can't keep it inside any longer. I need to, I keep asking people, well, what are we going to do? What are we going to do about this? What are we going to do about this? Every single time there's something that comes up where it's like a form of control. It's like, okay, well, what are we going to do? And nobody really has an answer. All that we've heard so far is, well, call your representative, call your senator. I mean, you will be making more progress going into your garden and planting food for your family and for your neighbors than calling your representative, because they aren't gonna do shit. And also, it's the old system that needs to be uprooted that they are a part of. Why do I want to waste my time trying to get them to represent me when they haven't really done that ever? So shifting that thinking from like anything that has to do with the old system to what we are creating now, what your heart is telling you you need to be doing. For me, I've been really getting this calling to step into a greater leadership role. I don't know what exactly that is going to entail yet, but I have a lot of passion, a lot of fire, and it needs to go somewhere. So I'm very passionate about heart-centered living, whether it be creating my business, whether it be, okay, my heart is telling me I need to stay home with my child as long as I possibly can. And if that means creating a business from scratch when I'm pregnant, so be it. Or, hustling a bit to get to that point, so be it. I would rather that happen and struggle with the challenge of working with a toddler than having somebody else be with her full time. So whether it be that, or whether it be traveling the world, or camping in the mountains and being a wild woman and getting off social media for a week and really grounding down and plugging into the earth and plugging into myself, or yoni steam, whatever my heart is calling me to do. That is what I need to do at that time. And it doesn't need to be like a huge step, but something very small, like, you know, doing some yoga, or planting a seed, or journaling. So, stillness is the way in to your heart. It's the way inward. And we really don't spend enough time in stillness because we're in our heads so often throughout our day, and that's kind of just like how it's been designed. We're thinking about the to-do list that never ends. We're thinking about what we didn't get done or what happened yesterday, and then what's going to happen in the future. And then maybe we do have a lot of family members, kids, animals around us that require a lot of attention. And so we have even less of an opportunity to sit in stillness. But no matter who you are and what you're going through, you have the opportunity every single day, the possibility to sit in stillness and to listen. So let's just do that now, just like a quick centering, just to really anchor into the body and feel and listen. So go ahead and just find a comfortable position, whether it be seated or lying down, and notice if there's anywhere in your body you might be holding on to tension. And taking a few deep breaths here. Feel free to close your eyes if you like. Taking a deep inhale. Letting go with a sigh if you feel comfortable. Releasing with your voice is very powerful, especially in this time when we need to step into our power. Another deep inhale, full lungs, full life, holding your breath at the top. And then when you're ready, releasing that. Another deep, full inhale. Holding that at the top. And then when you're ready, letting that go with an audible sigh. Releasing with your voice. One more deep inhale. Holding your breath at the top for as long as is comfortable. And then when you're ready, releasing with a sigh, finding your voice, expressing. And then you're going to notice if there's any tension in your body. And bringing your awareness to the top of your head. Taking some deep breaths. Bringing your awareness down to your eyebrows, your forehead. Noticing how that feels. Bringing your awareness to your jaw, your mouth, your throat, and back to your neck and shoulders. Noticing how these areas feel. Remembering to breathe. Maybe thinking about these areas while you're breathing in and out. Your upper back, mid back, lower back, your hips and your pelvic floor. Noticing your legs, your thighs, your knees, your calves. And bringing awareness to your feet. And thanking them for bringing you places and holding you up and connecting you to the earth. Deep breath. Then you're going to, if you'd like, place one hand over your womb, one hand over your heart. Take a deep, full breath and let that go. And you can also leave your hands on your lap if that feels better for you. Just sitting here noticing how your body feels, tuning into your senses. Any sounds you might hear. And allowing them to just be. Any smells, any tastes, any sense of touch, so maybe feeling where your hands are touching your body, feeling your back or your bottom against the chair, and your feet touching the ground. And then bringing your awareness, I'm just going to put my hands back down. But feel free to leave your hands on your womb or your heart, maybe both hands on your heart. Whatever feels right to you. Just now tuning in. You're going to tune into your perfect day. What time do you wake up on your perfect day? Do you have an alarm set? You're ready to go? Or do you allow yourself to wake up when you naturally wake up? Do you lay in bed for a bit? And do you get right up and get to it? What's your morning ritual? How do you take care of yourself in the morning? And what do you see around you when you wake up? Where are you? Who are you with? Tune into your senses. Maybe you smell coffee, tea. Maybe there's food. Really tune into what your perfect day, your perfect morning entails. What do you hear? Do you hear the city, cars driving by? Or maybe you're in the forest and you hear birds. Or maybe you're by the ocean and you hear the waves against the shore. Get really clear and use your imagination, because this is your life that you're creating. And you can be as abundant as you like with the visualization. Maybe you live on a farm, and you hear farm animals. And you jump on a work call, or do you get into yoga, go for a run, a walk? You get to choose what you do on your perfect day, all throughout the day. It's your choice. There's no one that's begging for your attention from work. Maybe your children are, maybe your animals are. And that is part of the beauty of creation. Some things you didn't get to choose and they chose you. And sitting with a feeling of gratitude. And then imagine for a moment that you get a call from somebody. And it's somebody that is so grateful for everything that you've done for them. Everything, all the transformation that you've brought to their lives. All of the hope and the joy. They're just so grateful that you came into their lives. Do you have an idea of this feeling? Do you have an idea of what it is that you've helped this person with? Maybe something comes up right away and maybe not yet, and that's okay. But you hang up the phone and you just know, you have this deep sense of accomplishment and gratitude and love that you have changed people's lives, that you're making a difference in your community. And it can be in so many different ways, but your particular gift is special and it's waiting to be claimed. Unless it's been claimed already. This is something that you can continue to focus on, continue to spend some time getting clear on. And then you continue to move through your day. Maybe you look at it from a bird's eye view. You look down and you see yourself moving throughout your day with confidence, with clarity, moving from your heart space, creating this heart-centered life, and feeling so fulfilled doing it. And you can get as detailed as you'd like on what it is you do throughout your perfect day. I know there are endless possibilities, but try to see if you can just create one idea of a day for now. Maybe you love what you do so much that you spend the day being of service. Maybe you're connecting to the earth, you're in the garden, Maybe you're hiking, adventuring, traveling, indulging, treating yourself as you so much deserve, no matter who you are and what you do or what you've done. You just are deserving of abundance. And now we're going to just come to close, feeling a sense of gratitude. Taking a deep breath, letting out a sigh. Beautiful. Got some good ones. So feel free to journal anything that came to mind. Hi, Pamela. Happy to see you too. It's been a while. Yeah, I have not been doing lives as much. I've been busy with life, as you can imagine. I'm sure everybody is. Just rethinking the way to go about in life, and it just keeps coming back to living a heart-centered life, whatever that means for you, and taking the time each day to sit in stillness and really feel into your heart and feel into whether what you are doing right now in your life is really feeding your heart or if it's not aligned. And if it's not aligned, taking that action right now, or at least taking one step today to move in the direction of your heart, of your soul's calling. And as some of you know, I call myself a soul-aligned business coach because I really feel like we each have a unique gift and a unique calling in this world, and we're here for a greater purpose. And it's really sad to see that being wasted. And it's like, I just look around me every day and I see people that are struggling in these jobs that they hate, and I know the feeling, and have done that like for my whole life almost. And I know that each of these individuals that are living out somebody else's dream has a very unique gift to bring to this earth. And maybe it's not for everybody to step into that power. Maybe some people are, happy or content where they are, and that's okay. If that's not for you, then it doesn't have to be. Everybody has a place in this universe, and I hope that if you are watching this today, then your calling is becoming more and more clear to you, and you take the action to become more aligned with that calling and create the new earth together. The new earth is going to require us to live from our hearts more than our heads. And we need to do that together so that we can feel more empowered, feel more trusting of ourselves when we have that community that is stepping out of a completely old, archaic way of living and stepping into a completely new reality. That's scary. That's not easy. And we need to trust and move forward together. So if you'd like to get more clear on what it is your soul's calling is, or if you'd like to work one-on-one in self-love and just reviewing old wounds and growing from them, then feel free to book a free call with me. It's 30 minutes, and we basically discuss what comes up for you that you'd like to express, I do it pretty open. I don't really, everybody that I speak with has a very tailored approach to whatever they need at the time. So it's not like super structured. It's just I listen and I offer some options, and then we can move forward from there if it feels right for both of us. So I put the link in the description, and also um, I well, I don't know if I should talk about it here in this video, but I am going to be doing a mini retreat on my Patreon. It's 2 hours long, and that's kind of my launch for my Patreon. If you're interested in that, let me know. You could put Patreon in the comments. And another thing I really, really want to talk about, if you're in California, if you're near the West Coast and interested in wild woman camping retreats. And this has been something that has been like coming from my heart, and it's everything that I love. It's all self-love, self-care, and being out in nature, in the mountains, and really connecting to earth energy and water, natural bodies of water, camping out wild woman style. So if you're interested in that, type camp out in the comments, or you can send me a message. I love you all, and I hope that we can continue to build this new earth together from a heart-centered place. So please listen to your heart and trust your heart.